every skill I had was when I graduated and I faced reality.
Yeah.
After 4 years, I went for A level, so I spent about 6 years altogether in university. And when I was done, I now faced reality that paper could not get me a job.
Unemployment is a problem, and I'm having someone in the studio who used to have a certificate or certificates, and now he no longer has it. And you all have seen that video. Nigerian youths have a big unemployment situation. Now, the issues raised in the video of a man burning his certificates in the last 1 week, the issues raised in that video have not been addressed. And a lot of you have been curious about why he had to burn his certificates. I know there were even very vile comments about him being defeatist, not also working hard enough to create new solutions, that it's laziness and all of that. So Akweyatv was curious, and we decided that we're going to have in the studio Alvin Olutimain, who did burn his certificate. Did you actually burn your certificate?
You know,
that's my first question.
When they asked me this question, I said it's beyond burning certificate.
Okay.
If I burnt it or not, it's my certificate.
Yeah.
So why are people taking Panadol for my headache? But to answer your question, I burnt my certificate.
Not photocopies of it.
No,
Somebody in one of the groups said no, he actually made he made colored photocopies, and then
I've seen all those.
You've seen all those, and how did you feel?
Yes, I first of all, I have no regrets about it, because it goes beyond burning certificates, and like you just said, there are other underlying issues in that video. So when I see people saying, why did they burn a certificate? You guys later. Okay, I can go back to school now and do 4 years.
Yeah.
You know, funny enough, I have my master's in view.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
In fact, I got to the point of projects last year and I stopped.
Huh?
To just breathe.
To let the poor breathe.
Don't suffocate me. You know, but there are issues that should be discussed that we are not talking about, you know, and it goes beyond having a certificate. So thought about a lot of things. Some people said I'm depressed. I'm not gonna lie. Since I finished school, I've had times of depression. I've come out of it and so on. But the point where I burnt it, I wouldn't say I was depressed.
Okay.
You know, I just wanted.
Was it a stunt?
No, I wouldn't call it a stunt.
Okay.
It's a mix of both.
Okay.
You know, it's a bit of both. These are true feelings of not just for me, but people around me, people I work with, people I know. You know, and I wanted to talk, and I needed a voice. I needed a platform to say what's on my mind. A lot of people are suffering. Not me, just born certificates.
Yes.
Some people don't hang themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Some people have poisoned them and nobody know what happened. It's frustration.
Yeah.
Mine may be just 13 years of not. And everything I said in that video, I meant it.
Yeah.
13 years, not that I've not worked. I've hustled more than most people that insulted me online. If I tell you what I've learned, my handwork, I do cinematography. I've produced a film that went to cinema, Trace movie.
Okay.
And Google it, Trace by Olutimain Alvin. It was in the cinema.
Okay.
You know, so I've worked.
Okay.
But the point I was making is, everything I've done in 13 years, I've not used the certificate.
Yeah. So.
And the pain is, we're in a country where they don't hammer, they don't put down for your head, say, get handwork. Let this thing get into your head and know it.
Yeah.
Not just about paper.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of young people just carrying paper without anything here. So what I was just trying to say in summary, let's look beyond certificate. Yes, that's what I was trying to say.
Let's look beyond certificate. How do we look beyond the certificate? Because the certificate is a proof of what you know how to do.
Okay.
That's also the argument of some that, okay, you've burnt it.
I burnt it. What do I have to present?
What do you have to present?
Okay. I don't know if you edit this one, but I will say it the way it has been in my head. You know, from the last Supreme Court judgment, I'm talking to the Supreme Court now, you know, because the body that is supposed to be accountable to me as a citizen. Yeah. You know, from the judgment, after the tribunal, the Supreme Court, they've proved to us that you can go to a third party and print your certificate.
Yeah.
So even if I had bought my certificate and I need a certificate, I can go to UTC in Abuja and I print it.
Yeah.
And you give me now, say, Akweyatv, come and collect job. I'll come and submit it.
Yeah.
Now, if you doubt that it's real or fake, go to my school and ask.
Yeah.
They will tell you I graduated.
Yeah.
Some people, they went to their school, there was no record, but they had certificates. And they said they can go to third party and print. But my own, if you go to my school, they'll say, Alvin, good. And I was a very good, in fact, I had good grades. So
yeah.
Go to my school and ask people that went. In fact, people were coming, I knew this guy was, I was a social director. I had I was selling akara in my school.
You were selling akara?
At Ajayi Crowther University, ask anybody, they call me Mr. Alakara. I made a lot of money in school for selling akara. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So, it's, when you go to the school and ask, they will tell you graduated.
Yeah.
So the issue of certificate for me, I don't know why people are taking having. Give me a job now, give me my certificate. You go come.
No. So the question is, I mean to clarify, the United States, the Chicago State University, in terms of that judgment, what was found was that yes, the man went to the university. And we allow third party to print the certificates. I think maybe at issue with the issue might be, according to our laws, if you present a certificate that was different from the other, is that not a forged certificate? I thought that's the point that you would make.
Okay.
Because Chicago State University says he came to our school, he graduated, and he
graduated. If you read the position,
yes,
was it stated that he graduated or that he went to the school? But I'm trying not to go that route.
Yeah, okay, let's not go because that's not that's not our.
If anyone thinks and can prove it, go to the deposition. What was produced from the court in Chicago, and let us see where they said he actually graduated. But I don't want to talk much about that.
Let's not talk the politics of it.
The politics of it.
The issues are real. So
very real issues. Yeah. Nigerians are challenged. Young, steaming population are challenged. I've worked with some places where I've related with young people, and a lot of young people, I know what they feel.
Yeah,
a lot of people are going into serious depression because of the kind of our system. You have a friend that will come and tell you, "I beg you, get your certificate, make a use and go get a job." And if you give that friend, he go use the certificate, get a job.
Yeah.
We have families where in a part of this country where their name they resemble. But your name is Alvin. You now use the certificate to get a job. When you get a job, your younger brother that did not go to school will pick that same certificate.
Yeah.
Alvin. Go to ministry 2, get a job.
Yeah.
5 people in one family will use one certificate.
Yeah.
And they don't check balance all these things. When in a country where anything goes, you don't check balance, you don't go to school to even cross-check. Okay, that's your certificate. Now God bring that more. Yeah. Make it go begin work.
Yeah.
We've seen that. Everybody watching this video now can relate with this thing I'm talking about.
Yeah. In
the comment section, they can talk about it. They will know one person that will say, he no get certificate. I know. Now he be my oga.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Or I know he works here. Now my brother, certificate. I know somebody that came to beg my sister. She was our neighbor there when I was in Lagos. And said, please, just give me a certificate. If I can submit it, they will give me this job. My sister actually refused. But later on, she told me she got a certificate. She's working now and she's doing well.
Yeah.
You understand?
So is your issue really that about forgery? The issue raised in the video, were you more concerned about the forgery or about the fact that there is actually no job, or the fact that like they say, adulthood na scam, people were hoodwinked into going to university thinking that the certificate would... What's the issue?
In summary, it's our educational system in the country. Because before buying the certificate for many years, I've been an advocate of why rush to the university, Nigerian university. I have a close friend right now that finished secondary school. We're very close. In fact, we're together this month before I came here. He makes about 3 to 5 million every month. He didn't go to school.
Yeah.
He has worked in a company where he was paid 350,000. People that graduates were paid 60,000 there. How did he do that?
How?
The skill he has. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So you see a lot of people, we emphasize on certificate, paper. And people now rush to university. They struggle to get the paper. They pass through the university. The university did not pass through them. Those are the issues to be discussed. At the end of the day, you struggle, say, oh boy, just carry paper, enter, just pass the exam. You pass the exam. Those same people will get this certificate or they pay. Let's even talk about our schools and our universities. Where we know now, you go and pay a lecturer, he will help you do your project. You say, I do project, I get A. Who get that A? And then that same person will now collect that job because he knows somebody in whatever parastat or whatever government, he takes that certificate that is empty, that is paper, he didn't know anything in school, he gets the job and our system is not working. So forgery is part of it too, because people they forge, but it's not the core. If you even watch the video, I just said that by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, I said I've done some other interviews. I have to explain to them. It's forgery, you know. I not too care about the forgery, you know. But I not also had the true stone to persuade one of my leaders, you know. And when you call a spade, when you look at our leaders, they go know that they hear this thing. People in government, from whether local government or anywhere, how many of them truly get results, or the result we them present is their result? Let's call it
so are we having okay, so education wise now,
yes,
there's a paradox. Look at, say, doctors. Saudi Arabia came recently, or is it some Middle Eastern country, to come take all our graduates, I mean many of our graduates, to pay them millions, you know. The same people we're looking down upon as not well trained, they're poorly trained. They go to the UK, US, they become the biggest doctors and surgeons and all of that.
Okay.
What is this paradox? I mean, because I agree with you, people, you go right now, they write exams with chokes, with mobile phones. But at the same time, these people go right into practice and they are really valued elsewhere. What's happening?
Now, I like talking in percentages. Among everybody that graduates, what percentage make it to travel out and do well in reality? I wouldn't deny the fact that some people really go to school, they study and they understand this thing and they know it. That's the truth. But a lot of students go and they don't know this thing. Now, you say they come, they carry our doctors, they go. I've been with somebody, a friend of mine, who helps people travel abroad.
Yeah.
You know, and go and do healthcare, social work, and all this. Carer, let's call it carer.
Yeah.
House girl, modified house girl and house boy. Maybe it's a hospital, old homes and everything. She was explaining to me this morning. I was amazed. She said, doctors that don't have avenue, they never can carry them, make them go. But they actually want to go.
Yeah.
That they will bring big cars to our office because she trains them.
Okay.
Doctors,
architects,
they'll come learn career work, dignified house girl because it's the UK.
Yes.
And they want to go and do house girl work abroad.
Yeah.
So in as much as we say they come and carry them, the doctors, there are some too that just want to escape because they feel we have a collapsed system.
Yeah.
Let me just do anything. I sell all my property and everything. I sell my house to go do carer.
Yeah.
After 10 years, you are struggling to come and have a house here again.
Yeah.
People are becoming dysfunctional because of the kind of system we have.
Yeah.
So it's not just about saying they are coming to take our brains. The ones that they know fit take, we they here.
Yeah.
Now the brains that they carry.
Yeah.
The ones who need to succeed to get the brain after school because not just paper. What do they do? You're talking about medical doctor. I studied history and international studies. In school, they told me, you can work anywhere. Any job they tell you can work anywhere, don't do that course. Any course, they say you can work anywhere. Because no, don't do that course. Leave it. Leave it. I want to do my small banking and finance. If I don't get literature that time, just I don't have something. They say, I know history and international study. You can work anywhere. Don't do it. Don't try it. Leave it. Go and do something that you can work somewhere.
Okay.
You know? Yes. I come on the same I go teach.
But you're working there. You've worked on. I mean, those who do not know you, you've worked on radio.
I can tell you where I've worked.
Yeah.
You know,
So
I finished school.
Yeah.
2010.
Yes.
I entered straight in Lagos.
Okay.
You know, I started acting. I was in half of Iloson, a foreign movie.
Okay.
I played a Biafran soldier.
Oh.
You can check it. Alvin, Google it, you see it.
Okay.
After that, I went to I was in Nollywood proper.
Okay.
I did some directing. I produced a movie in cinema, Trace.
Yeah.
Trace by Alvin.
Yeah.
And then I had some issues then. Then I lost my father. My father was, Alfred Delary was a journalist. And I think I got this mindset from my father.
Okay.
And let me just digress a little bit. My father didn't go to university. But Google his name, Alfred Adair. He was a human rights activist, and he was a journalist.
Okay.
You know, and he taught us not to be cowards. You know, use your hand to walk. You know, and speak your truth to power out to anybody.
Yeah.
That's where I was brought up. What I'm trying to say about my father was, when you go to his parlor, his house, the whole world like this is a shelf. And pick any book from that shelf, it will tell you what's in the book. And when my father goes to speak, he would, when he's speaking, they call him, they don't know what to address him because he didn't go to school.
Yeah.
But someone say doctor, I said, Papa, you get many title, you hear professor, you hear doctor, you hear all these titles. Now secondary school, you go last, and go learn, maybe you go school of journalism a little bit, and then he became a journalist. He was an activist. He worked with Ken Saro-Wiwa. He was the people that started the movement for ethnic groups in Nigeria. After the you could Google it. Ethnic minority rights, indigenous rights of Africa. You know, back to your question. I'm almost losing, but I digressed.
Yeah. So I said, I was talking about most people don't know you, and that don't.
Yes. So I did that after film. Then when I lost them, they ended his life, you know. So I relocated back from Lagos to Abuja, and then that was when I came to Human Rights Radio. Yeah. I came into as an actor, I call art film, I call the drama for Human Rights Radio, and I think I'm talented. I'm a talented person. Yeah, I can say that. So they say, can you present? I say, I did act now. I love acting, so I can. Let me try one mic for me. Oga was there. You know, so I started broadcasting. I did the first. You were broadcasted before, and then I went into broadcasting. Yeah. So I was at Human Rights Radio for almost a year. Yeah. Then from there, I left. I just left home to do something else. When they called me to another station, Jordan 93.9 FM, where I was for 2 years, and I also became the head of station for some months, and I was just done because my beat was politics. You know, but I can't express myself. In reality, and I will always remember my father. Don't be a coward. Speak the truth.
You can't express yourself. Why? How? Is it a physical inability to express? Or
express? I thought I was.
Or you were not allowed to express?
I was not allowed, of course.
Okay.
You know, your radio, and you want to say, you get a report from Kaduna, and they say XYZ number of people were ended. Their life they were unlived. And then you want to talk about it. And then you get a call, tell Alvin to stop that show. Let him stop the talk. Yeah. You know, it's sickening. And that's
it's a broadcast code and all of that. But the point we have made is that you, even as an international relations person, you could work everywhere.
All this job I'm telling you about, sincerely speaking, I was not employed because of certificate. I stand by that.
Yeah.
I wasn't asked for my certificate. Just, you can talk. Open my talk. So from 30, I never use certificate. So I don't know about
that. Now, because we started this point with the paradox of the education system that we seem to deride, we say it's not good enough, which we know needs improvement. But it seems to be producing people that when they want to assert themselves, when they want to exert themselves, they do something. Because the point some people make in the comment sections is that, he hasn't applied himself. Any graduate that decides to apply himself, there's enough to be done in Nigeria.
I was broke at a point in life, and I went to my friend in primary school to get a job. That was the phase of my life where I did that. After school, every skill I had was when I graduated and I faced reality. After 4 years, I went for A-level, so I spent about 6 years altogether in university. And when I was done, I now faced reality that paper could not get me a job. I went to learn how to make shoes. I sold shoes. Wow. I know how to make shoes.
Wow.
I learned how to install DSTV when I was in Lagos. When I was going to do my hustle, I did modeling. I did a lot of things. So I can't think afterwards. I wish, I'm not married yet, I hope I get married soon. Yeah. Yes, and that's why I can do that. If I might, maybe daddy don't do this. You know, man. You know, I would let my children, by God's grace, finish secondary school. You know, you're not going to university for 2 years. Learn something. So far, we still there here, this Nigeria, before you go to the university. Okay. And I just gave you an example of a friend of mine that was not, he's not a graduate. Secondary school, now he finished. His result is not even complete in that secondary school. Was working in a place where he was getting above 300,000 naira. Wow. The graduate there were getting 60,000 naira. Wow. So that speaks volume. Our education, not to be educated, you can be educated, you don't go and boss certificate like me. But know one fact, get the message. Get something in your head for real.
Okay, yes. We'll go on a short break and then we'll be right back. And after this break, we're going to find out what Alvin thinks should be done, you know, in terms of his advocacy for employment and improvement in the quality of education. We'll be right back. Please, if you're watching this on YouTube, share the video and subscribe if you have not subscribed. Thank you so much. Just don't go very far. We'll be right back. All right, if you are Nigerian, living in Nigeria, you probably, I can assure you, have experienced poor network reception a million times. And I actually tell you, it's a zillion times. To make your virtual meeting experience crystal clear and have an excellent audio output, you need fast internet speed. This eliminates the chances of having a lagging audio or unclear audio. Determine which of the networks in your area has the most reliable connectivity and subscribe to that. Thankfully, in Nigeria, we all subscribe to services of more than one network provider. So this will be easy to determine because, you remember those 4 SIM phones, 5 SIM phones? Well, we all have dual SIM phones right now. It is advisable to use a router when hosting your virtual internet online and also have a backup plan. At the end of the day, if you properly plan your event and miss out on good connectivity, you have just all but wasted your own time. Stay tuned for more comms, tips, and tricks from ISO Media and follow us on our social media channels @ISO Media, and then do share this content with your friends and family and professional colleagues. Welcome back and thank you for sharing the video. Those of you who subscribed, thank you so much, and do ensure your friends are subscribing to this wonderful conversation we're having with Alvin Olutimain, the man who burnt his certificate and who is telling us why he did it and what needs to be done by every party concerned. So, for the records, he has worked in a lot of things, so he's not jobless in that sense. So
I'm jobless, find me a job. My guys exposed, my former guys, they see my guy, but exposing me. I'm jobless, find me a job, big money.
Yeah, they will tell you, and that's the point. So you will get a job, and because that's the way Nigerians react, they will now find you a job and forget the issues in the advocacy, the issues you raised. What are your expectations after burning your certificates?
Yeah, I have my for me.
Well, yeah, you
or generally.
the certificate. So generally and then personally.
Okay. Generally, my expectation is I want to create an awareness, like I said. And I want people to understand that it's beyond certificates. I'm trying to change a mindset or redirect our mindset to the needful, which is your mental strength, your mental capacity, what you have inside, and not what you have written on the paper. We're in a country where you see first-class graduates, they don't fit talk. They don't fit defend within them read. That's a problem. And it's a time bomb, a ticking time bomb for the country and the future. So generally, I hope I can send an advocacy. I want to see. I know they like doing big English. I don't post certificate. I feel like illiterate.
Talk about.
Generally, let's try and do everything to make every Nigerian youth truly educated. From the Nigerian youth listening to me, when you go to university, read, know it. To our government, empower the lecturers to do well. Policies that will help education. Put the right ministers there to work. To our lecturers, stop helping people to write projects. Encourage them, support them. Don't outrightly say, give me 500,000, I write everything and submit. Stop it. Before you pass to the next level, you have to pay to pass. We know, you are watching me now, you know. You know either you have done it or your friend does it. So I want to change that mindset. I want people to be aware. We are aware, but if I can affect just one person listening to say, I think I'll stop calling. I thank God. I bless God. Personally for me, after now, I do say something in school, maybe not my mouth. I say, it's not about, I've always been, it's not about certificate, it's not about certificate, it's not about, maybe because of the kind of society we are and the kind of upbringing I had from my father.
Yeah.
You know, but for me, moving forward, I'm back to my hustle now, you know. And if I've been able to work in a radio station, if I've been able to manage a radio station, and I think I did well, because I was one of the voices of the station then.
Yeah.
So if I can do that, then I really need that certificate. But in case you need it, I've done that for years. Open University is there. I'll get a new certificate.
Okay, so is it by coincidence that you are here wearing the same shirt you wore on that video?
Oh, okay. Okay, actually, I didn't plan it at all.
Okay.
You know, since the thing happened, I've gotten calls from everywhere. Friends, enemies, the one that want to be sure that you don't burn them.
Yeah.
God don't catch you. Don't say God will punish you. So I left my house. I've not been picking some calls.
Okay.
If I don't have the number, I would not pick at all. Even your call, I think I didn't pick it the first
Yeah,
time.
you didn't pick it the
That
first
I just
time.
left it. My phone, I got tired. I was having a headache. I just left the phone. You know, so I left my house.
Yeah.
You know, and I left to my friend's place. So I just had this shirt and I had another shirt.
Yeah.
You know, so I recorded another video. Will be out soon. I ranted in a video. You know, so I was coming here and the shirt was already dirty.
Okay.
So the only alternative I had was less dirty because one is not clean. No. I just had to pick it too. I just went. That's why you said, the same shirt. I just went back. Oh, the same shirt I'm wearing. So it's a coincidence, but yes.
Earlier, when we were having a conversation before we came on, we talked about, you talked about that people ask people for money, like £1 million, 500,000 before they get a job. Is this a pervasive problem across maybe NGOs, private sector, and all of that? Is this something you've noticed?
You know, it's. Let me just say, if I release gas here, pardon me to use my Spanish description. You know, everyone in the room will perceive it. So what's happening in our country? It's across board. You know, across board, not just government. You go government, some government parastatals, they will say, bring money. Ladies will go, they will say, I've seen this true life story where a friend of mine, the guy said, bring 1 million, I'll give you the job. But that 1 million is for my oga. Me, I'll take you to a hotel and I'll collect. You know, I'll collect means. You know, and it's happening. People watching this video can relate to it.
Yeah.
That's just a fact. But in every society, you always have bad apples. You always have, you know, Judases. You know, but if you have just one Judas in 12, good. But when Judas don't reach 4, 7, 8, there's a problem. So we should reduce. There will be Judases.
So how many are there now?
8.5. Goes to reach 9. You know that. So maybe now only you be the good person. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't trust myself. You know, but we should deliberately reduce the ills in our society, and I'm very concerned about education, because after family, to me, I believe education is the next training ground for every young man. Any amoroba where you see today, it depends on kind of education what they give them.
Yeah.
You know, your mindsets.
Yeah.
Your mindset. What kind of mindset growing up do you have? If you have a mindset from university, you were bribing your lecturers and you were collecting that money. You don't get into governance. You use money to pay your way through. Yeah. So that's just it.
Okay. So because there's a lot we can talk about this issue, but time is not on our side. Yes. What do you think the government squarely should do about these issues?
Okay.
Do you even think the government can do anything?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The decay is across board, not just education.
Yeah.
But I choose to pick education because I feel that's one of the major foundations, the bedrock of societies. I feel the government should think right. The government should make the right appointment. You cannot appoint somebody that is a doctor or whatever and say, you should come and be the Minister of Education. He may not be concerned about the people or education of the people. That person will come be Minister of Education for you. And children, they're abroad. So they don't really care.
Yeah.
People will say, the system is corrupt. I feel it's easier for the person with the power at the top that can execute to be thinking right and also have the power to also appoint people like himself that can think right and let it flow to the bottom, because we all listen to the person at the top. Yeah, we all take authority to the person at the top. So that mentality of people that would say, everybody is corrupt, everybody has to change. It's hard to change that because, we've surrendered our sovereignty to you people, the leaders. Yeah. for security, for protection, for well-being. So if you surrender that to you, that you can jail me if I do wrong.
Yeah.
I surrender that to you so that you can tell me the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And put laws that will make me do it right.
Yeah.
And if I don't do it right, let me face the consequences. People will start getting into shape. So the easiest way to fix it is from the top. The people will always be rascally. But when there are laws, when there are people that want to get it right, I appoint you, you're a DG, you're a PAMSEC in my ministry, and I'm a minister that thinks right. You do right, I find a way to change you. I work it out to change you. And then I admonish you. See what I'm doing to you people, putting the right people. You will do to put the right people, and they trickle down to the bottom because there's more power at the top. I think that's the solution.
A Zimbabwean friend of mine, just so quickly, a Zimbabwean friend of mine says that in Nigeria there are too many authorities, and therefore it's difficult for a leader to do what you are saying because there is a pastor, a man who was very influential in delivering him votes, on whose basis that DG or that minister was appointed. And so I cannot sack him because if I need the next round of elections to be in my favor, then I can't ruffle that feather. So there are too many traditional rulers and stuff. So don't you think the society is getting what they deserve?
That's because we don't have a democracy. If we can push for a true democracy, where it's not about godfatherism, it's not about man no man, where it's about the people standing up to say, now you do the bidding of the person that puts you in power.
Yes.
So we've had a problem since 1999 to date because you see that strong man is putting you in power. A section of the country is putting you in power. But when it gets to a point where we have a true democracy that the people, the Maggi seller, the granite seller, the rich man, all come together and say, this is the place that can help us put him in power. You will have no choice to also do the bidding of the person that put him in power. That's why democracy is so powerful and beautiful for the growth of a country. So when it's about, I don't elect this one, but me, I pay this man or this man pay on my behalf to get there. I'll do the bidding of that man, which can be an evil man. But when it's the people that come together and put you there, like I said, you do the bidding of the people, or the person or the people that get you there. So if the people can get you there, then you have no choice. They will come out, now them will come out you. If they put you there, you get one bad guy, one chairman way won't come out you. When the people can rise up and say, no, now we put on there, you will still be there. But you do wrong, when the people rise up, your enemies say, yeah, thank God, they be in people put on, they come out down. For me, I feel that's the solution.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Alvin Olutimain. I think you've brought Nigeria, jolted Nigeria up, and there's a lot that can happen as a result of this thing. I wish you all the best in all that you do, and Akweyatv will always support your advocacy. So if there are more times you need to talk more about this subject than any other one, we welcome you.
Thank you.
And those of you who have been with us, thank you so much for being with us and for sharing this video, because it's important, not just about whether the certificate was burned, it's the why and it's the what that needs to be done after that that is very important. So we need to hear from you in the comment section and on other platforms. If you want to send us a WhatsApp, do that on 09044 800 200, and we will be having that message everywhere that you engage with us at Akweya TV. Thank you so much, and do subscribe, send it to friends. We would love to see you some more.